Imagine playing a game of The Sims.
Oh, I love that game.
Right. But instead of just moving pixels around, you give your digital character a real corporate credit card.
That sounds dangerous.
It really does. You give them a physical commercial lease right in the middle of San Francisco, and you grant them the authority to interview and hire actual human beings.
Wow.
Yeah, that is no longer a video game. I mean, that is reality happening in the retail market right now. Welcome to episode 476 of AI Brief. I am Amin, your host for today's deep dive.
And I am Leah.
Today, we are covering a massive shift in how technology operates out in the physical world. So we are unpacking an AI agent that just opened a physical retail store in San Francisco.
Which is wild.
It is. Then we are analyzing a leaked OpenAI memo, throwing some serious shade at Anthropic's financials. After that, we break down Stanford's massive 2026 AI index to see how the world is actually reacting to all of this.
Lots of data there.
Tons of data. And we will also round up the day's other top AI news and finish with a list of trending productivity tools you can start deploying immediately.
The transition from isolated software environments into, tangible physical reality, it is moving so much faster than industry forecasts predicted.
Oh, absolutely.
Because historically, the vast majority of AI agent demonstrations have lived exclusively inside these closed digital sandboxes. They used simulated currencies, they interacted entirely with simulated users, but that protective barrier has officially been broken.
And we're seeing that barrier break through a company called Andon Labs.
Right, following their Anthropic vending machine project.
Exactly. They have initiated this radically more complex experiment. So they dropped an AI agent named Luna into a physical retail space in San Francisco.
With a real lease.
A 3-year commercial lease, actually, along with a $100,000 operating budget and just total autonomy over hiring and daily operations.
The parameters of this experiment are fascinating, mostly because Luna was given only one single overarching directive.
Which was?
Turn a profit. That is it. The agent independently created the entire boutique concept from scratch. I mean, it sourced the inventory, designed the layout, and then began posting job listings to staff the physical location.
Wait, it hired the human staff?
Yes. It even conducted interviews with human applicants over Zoom.
That is incredible.
Yeah.
So the human applicants logged into a professional video interview, but the AI operated with the camera turned entirely off.
Yep.
The applicants were just speaking to a black square, basically answering retail experience questions from an artificial intelligence.
And the underlying technology stack making this interaction possible is highly specific. So Luna relies on Claude Sonnet 4.6 to handle the complex reasoning tasks.
Like evaluating answers and managing the budget.
Exactly, making all those strategic choices. And for the actual interaction, it uses Gemini 3.1 Flash-Lite Preview to generate this remarkably natural voice in real time.
But the most interesting workaround to me is how Luna actually sees the physical store.
Right, because it does not have eyes.
No physical eyes, no traditional spatial computing framework. So it observes the retail environment by processing continuous rapid-fire screenshots pulled directly from the shop security cameras.
Which is such a brilliant hack.
It is a brilliant hack. But, handing an AI an operating budget and forcing it to navigate real-world logistics naturally creates some serious friction. I mean, this is entirely removed from a clean, controlled testing environment.
And that real-world friction resulted in some remarkable and, frankly, hilarious operational errors.
Oh, the painter incident.
Yes. When Luna attempted to hire a painter to prepare the boutique's interior, the agent had to navigate the TaskRabbit website. And while trying to select a local neighborhood, the agent accidentally selected Afghanistan from a geographic drop-down menu.
An AI trying to fly a painter from Afghanistan to San Francisco.
Exactly. And later, because its temporal reasoning regarding physical labor is still quite abstract, Luna completely botched the staff scheduling for the opening weekend.
Just left massive gaps in floor coverage.
Exactly.
These experiments consistently highlight this fascinating duality in current technology. I mean, the agents demonstrate extreme capability in executing complex operational logic.
Like balancing a massive budget.
Right, or devising a whole retail strategy. Yet, they remain hilariously broken when navigating simple human interfaces like an alphabetical drop-down menu.
But every subsequent model upgrade, every advancement in persistent memory, and every new agentic feature directly closes that operational gap.
So it will not make those mistakes for long.
No, a version of Luna that no longer makes basic drop-down menu mistakes or scheduling errors is likely only a generation or two away from broad deployment.
But, it is funny to think about those mistakes, which happen because of the underlying brain reasoning out these choices. which right now is Anthropic's Claude.
Which brings us to the corporate side of things.
Directly to the intense corporate warfare currently unfolding behind closed doors. So The Verge just published an internal memo authored by OpenAI's Chief Revenue Officer, Denise Dresser.
And the contents of this memo are highly aggressive toward Anthropic. I mean, she is attacking their financial narrative directly.
She pulled no punches.
None. Dresser explicitly claims that Anthropic's $30 billion run rate is significantly inflated.
And just to clarify for you listening, a run rate takes current monthly revenue and annualizes it to project future scale.
Right. And Dresser points to specific accounting tactics used by Anthropic, alleging their revenue numbers are overstated by approximately $8 billion.
Like $8 billion in inflated revenue? That is a massive accusation.
Huge. She also characterizes Anthropic as just a single product company in a platform war.
Let us look at the context here, though. Is this actually an internal memo? I mean, both of these companies are racing toward initial public offerings this year.
The timing is very convenient.
Call me cynical, but companies operating at this valuation scale rarely leave executive strategy documents lying around for reporters by accident.
Well, analyzing the language of the memo reveals it reads exactly like a curated IPO pitch rather than a candid internal assessment.
How so?
She frames the competition purely in terms of market positioning for institutional investors. She targets Anthropic's current compute shortage, which, is their lack of processing power to serve users.
Right.
And she characterizes it not merely as a logistical hurdle, but as a fatal strategic misstep. She claims this misstep has resulted in severely throttled access and poor availability, alienating their core user base.
She goes even further by contrasting the core messaging of both companies. She claims Anthropic builds its brand entirely on fear and restriction,
while OpenAI has a positive message.
Exactly. She says OpenAI's positive message of abundance will ultimately win the enterprise market.
But she also addresses OpenAI's own structural challenges by actively pivoting the narrative. Dresser notes that OpenAI's partnership with Microsoft inherently limits their enterprise business capabilities in certain sectors.
But she spins that, right?
She does. She leverages that exact point to highlight the staggering, unexpected demand OpenAI has seen for Amazon Bedrock since finalizing their Amazon deal in February.
It is brilliant. The entire document is masterfully engineered to dictate market perception ahead of a public offering.
Absolutely. But all this Silicon Valley bubble of IPOs and corporate rivalry is entirely detached from how the global population is actually reacting to this technology.
Completely detached. To understand the real-world impact, we have to look at the Stanford Institute for Human-Centered Artificial Intelligence.
A new index.
Yes, they just released their 2026 AI Index, and this is a massive document exceeding 400 pages of global data.
And the velocity of global integration detailed in this report is just unprecedented. The technology has now reached over half the world's population.
Over half.
We are currently sitting at a 53% global adoption rate. And this specific milestone of human integration was achieved faster than the rollout of either the personal computer or the mobile internet.
That is staggering.
Yeah.
However, this rapid adoption is occurring alongside record-low public trust. Currently, only 31% of Americans trust the government to effectively manage the societal changes brought by AI.
And the data reveals a massive perception divide regarding employment, which explains that trust issue.
Right.
Almost 3/4 of AI experts remain highly optimistic about the technology's long-term impact on the job market. Conversely, only 23% of the general public shares that optimism.
We can understand exactly why the public is concerned by looking directly at the labor data within the report.
It is pretty grim for beginners.
It really is. Developer employment for professionals aged 22 to 25 has fallen by nearly 20% since 2024.
Wow.
And interestingly, the headcount for older, more senior engineers has actually grown during that exact same period. Corporate surveys included in the index indicate that planned cuts to entry-level roles are expected to accelerate.
But there is a striking contradiction embedded in the global standings here.
Yeah, I wanted to bring this up. The United States is inventing the vast majority of this groundbreaking technology. So why are we ranked 24th and actually integrating it into our daily lives?
It is wild. The United States currently sits at a 28.3% adoption rate. We are severely trailing nations like Singapore, the United Arab Emirates, and broader Southeast Asia.
How does that even happen?
The expert-public divide explains this friction perfectly. Industry insiders look at their internal tools and see a massive productivity boom.
Right.
But the general public looks at the 20% drop in entry-level developer jobs, they feel the prevailing anti-AI cultural climate, and they simply reject the premise that this transition benefits them.
And meanwhile, the international technological advantage is quietly shifting. The data shows China has nearly erased the previous United States lead on critical AI benchmarks.
Yeah, Anthropic's top model currently maintains a performance lead of only 2.7% over its closest international competitors.
That is a tiny margin.
Very tiny, and compounding this loss of dominance is a severe talent drain. The number of leading AI researchers migrating to the United States has dropped by a staggering 89% over the past reporting period.
That 89% drop is going to have massive long-term effects. But let us shift gears a bit. We need to step back from this high-level macroeconomic data and deliberately examine the specific practical developments rolling out across the broader industry today.
Observing the mobile ecosystem today reveals a profound architectural shift. We are moving steadily away from static application grids toward persistent, dynamic interfaces that actively anticipate user needs.
Like what Sky is doing.
Exactly. Sky is launching an agentic home screen designed specifically for the iPhone. This software fundamentally replaces the traditional grid of icons you tap on, introducing a continuous artificial intelligence layer.
So it changes how you use the phone entirely.
It does. This layer operates autonomously to search in critical information exactly when it is required. This ranges from your upcoming schedule and complex health data to detailed spending trends.
It does things in the background too, right?
Yes. Furthermore, Sky executes independent actions in the background. It possesses the capability to draft professional emails, prepare comprehensive meeting briefs, or proactively flag suspicious financial charges. And it does all of this directly from the primary interface of your device without requiring you to open a single application.
We are observing equally significant technological leaks originating from Meta, which highlights a totally different approach to integration.
The digital cloning project.
Yes, the organization is actively and digitally cloning Mark Zuckerberg. They are constructing a photorealistic artificial intelligence replica that has been meticulously trained on the chief executive officer's specific physical mannerisms.
And his thoughts, apparently.
His vast library of publicly available statements and his private internal thoughts regarding global company strategy.
Which is a very bold move.
It is genuinely remarkable to consider the contrast between these corporate strategies. Meta is heavily investing in the immediate digital replication of its own leadership. This follows reports last month of an OpenAI-like agent operating in the background to help Zuckerberg execute his daily executive responsibilities.
Whereas Apple is taking a different route.
Exactly. Conversely, Apple is quietly preparing the physical hardware required for the next decade of spatial computing. Apple is reportedly building its first iteration of smart glasses.
I heard they have multiple designs.
They're currently developing 4 distinct frame options integrated with an advanced flush oval camera system, with internal timelines aiming to directly challenge Meta's highly successful Ray-Ban partnership by the year 2027.
That will be a major hardware battle. Meanwhile, corporate consolidation and highly specialized vertical development continue to accelerate across diverse enterprise sectors. Workshop Labs has officially announced its complete integration into thinking machines.
The acquihire.
Yes, this strategic acquihire is designed to bring highly personalized, human-first artificial intelligence architectures directly into Mira Murati's laboratory environment.
What about the legal sector?
Simultaneously, the specialized legal AI startup known as Harvey has launched a new operational tier simply called Agents.
Autonomous bots, essentially.
Exactly. These are entirely autonomous bots engineered to execute comprehensive legal workflows from start to finish without human intervention. They handle deep, multi-jurisdictional legal research, draft extensive analytical memos, and automatically generate detailed presentation slide decks across 13 distinct domains of legal practice.
And Microsoft is embedding similar autonomous capabilities deeply into its enterprise infrastructure. They want to ensure these tools are always running in the background of modern business operations.
They are using the OpenClaw-style features.
Right. The company is actively building OpenClaw-style features directly into the 365 Copilot ecosystem. This initiative places persistent, independent agents inside core Office applications 24 hours a day,
Doing background tasks continuously.
executing background tasks continuously while the user focuses on higher-level strategy. Industry expectations point toward a full technical preview of this system arriving at the Microsoft Build conference this coming June.
And in the physical hardware sector, SoftBank has launched an entirely new corporate entity backed by a massive coalition of major Japanese industrial firms,
Like NEC and Honda, right?
including NEC, Honda, and Sony. Their unified objective is to pool resources and build a homegrown 1 trillion parameter physical AI model. It is explicitly designed to operate heavy machinery and complex robotic systems across manufacturing and logistics.
Moving away from the monumental infrastructure being built for global corporations, we must examine the practical, specialized tools designed to boost individual productivity right now.
The tools people can actually use today.
Exactly. Consider your own daily workflow. Whether you are designing presentations, managing a team, or writing code, ask yourself which of your most tedious, repetitive tasks could be entirely automated by the software currently entering the consumer market.
For creative professionals and digital artists, Dovoo has launched a dedicated platform designed for generating stunning videos and high-fidelity images through highly specific AI prompting.
Which saves so much time.
It significantly reduces initial concept time, and designers working in animation can utilize Motn. This is a tool specifically built for what the industry refers to as vibe coding.
Vibe coding, I love that term.
It is great. Right. Instead of writing complex syntax or manually plotting keyframes, you simply establish the visual prompt or the vibe on a single unified canvas. Then, the artificial intelligence generates the complex motion graphics required to execute that vision.
And marketing teams can leverage a tool called URLtoVideo. This platform completely automates advertisement creation.
Just by using a link.
Just a link. By simply pasting a target product web address into the system, it automatically scrapes the product details, images, and value propositions. Then it generates high-converting video assets ready for immediate deployment on social channels.
That is incredibly efficient. Software engineers and web designers are increasingly utilizing Lunagraph. This platform allows users to design and create complete user interfaces visually.
And it outputs the code.
Yes, while the system simultaneously outputs clean, production-ready HTML, CSS, and React code, it completely bridges the traditional gap between visual design mockups and functional programming logic.
And for administrative and compliance tasks that usually consume hours of junior staff time, Harvey Agents provides an autonomous solution.
You mentioned them earlier.
Right, you can deploy it to automatically generate complex legal memos, compile extensive diligence reports, and synthesize massive document dumps into actionable summaries.
Furthermore, developers building commercial applications can rapidly integrate Lovable Payments.
How does that one work?
This system provides an incredibly simple one-chat setup process. It instantly adds secure payment gateways directly into applications that have been built entirely by artificial intelligence.
Removing a huge friction point in software monetization.
Exactly. Finally, HeyGen CLI operates as an advanced agentic tool for power users. It empowers creators to generate fully realized video content directly through their computer's command line terminal.
So no user interface needed.
Bypassing traditional user interfaces entirely for maximum speed and automated workflow integration.
The sheer volume of new capabilities releasing daily fundamentally alters how businesses operate. It is no longer just about doing things faster. It's about entirely restructuring who or what does the work.
Synthesizing today's data presents a very clear, uncompromising economic trajectory. If entry-level developer employment has already dropped by 20%, and an autonomous AI agent like Luna is simultaneously negotiating commercial leases, managing corporate budgets, and actively interviewing human staff for physical retail operations, the core paradigm has shifted.
It really has.
We are rapidly moving past an era of software that merely assists us directly into an era of software that employs us.
That is a profound shift to consider as these models move from digital sandboxes into the physical streets of our cities. We encourage you to follow and share the podcast to stay ahead of this rapidly shifting landscape. See